Good morning, everyone. It is 9 a.m. Thanks for tuning into Daybreak Plus, our streaming show on WGRZ+. We want to begin with some breaking news. A tanker truck went off the road on, this is the 400. The truck went off onto the median about a half hour ago. This is a live look right now at the scene. This is on the 400 near the Transit Road exit in West Seneca. The left lane is closed here. We saw this happen on our traffic cameras. We're working to learn more, whether there were any injuries, if that tanker truck driver was hurt. Looks like the cleanup and getting the truck out of there is going to take
the entire median. Look, I mean, that's south. That's
right.
You know, I'm assuming it was going the direction that it's pointing,
right,
which is the other side.
And thank goodness it stopped in the snow and didn't cross into the other traffic. But yeah, we don't know what's in it, and just take it easy if you're going on the 400, and know that you're going to have to slow down and try to avoid that if you can. There were a lot of spinouts this morning because the roads are still so snow-packed because the salt, which there's a lack of salt right now anyway, but the salt doesn't work in these temperatures, which even though, what are we sitting at right now? 18 degrees, which is about 20 degrees warmer than this time yesterday. But with the wind,
it still feels cold out there.
It really does.
We have a lot of snowpack. We also have a lot of ice on Lake Erie, which is an interesting thing, unless,
hold that thought.
Unless you're a tanker.
Oh my goodness.
If any of you have been driving around Buffalo and you've looked out off the marina, there is maybe we can adjust the shot just a little bit.
There we go.
No, go up a little.
Yep, we got it.
But behind, they took it full.
Right.
Okay, so that is the Manitoulin, and it left port, I guess, yesterday, because I saw it yesterday.
It's hard to see how big it is when there's no perspective, but that's a big ship.
So apparently it did get stuck in the ice from reports that I've read. And they were 20 minutes into the journey. And what they're gonna do is another icebreaker tanker is coming from Ohio. It's bringing a supply of whatever it's gonna deliver. It's gonna deliver whatever, I think it's grain. And then on its way out, it's gonna carve a path for the Manitoulin.
This does not sound like an easy or short process at all.
Because, again, this is from what I understand. I don't know if this is a rare thing, if it happens all the time, if this is
Wouldn't you think they would have checked ahead of time to see if they could get through?
Is that the ice went from like 20 to 40% ice coverage to 80% ice coverage in like 2 days.
Okay.
So anyway, I just want to see how that whole thing goes down, because they clear a path, but then how do they free it? Anyway,
we'll be watching it. And we will update you with the process of getting this baby out of there quickly.
Okay. Anyway, these are the cold temperatures.
Yeah.
I find this fascinating.
He does find this fascinating. It's all you've been talking about all morning.
I've been calling my friends.
Who is this? What's the name of the ship? How did it get there? Where did it come from? How is it going to get
Where's it going?
When Patrick gets fixated on something, it's all he thinks about.
And then I forget. Then I tune out everything else, all of the noise.
Right.
Anyway, all right, let's focus on the weather here.
Okay.
We've got cold temperatures, and let me tell you, we do have snow in the forecast for today, okay? We want to make that very clear that it could be impactful type snow as well, the kind of snow that could cause some issues with travel this afternoon and this evening's commute, okay? So for that reason, we do have a weather impact alert for the Buffalo Metro for this afternoon and evening. The impact will be snow with low visibility starting later this afternoon into this evening. It won't be a ton of snow, but it's the timing where there could be some real big delays because of this snow coming into the commute time frame. And so clearly drive with caution as this snow approaches. Now, it's been snowing lightly up here in Niagara County much of the morning. In fact, some of the snow across Grand Island this morning was kind of heavy, but this light snow continues across much of Niagara County right now into Orleans County too. So some snows here. Again, this is all north of Buffalo. The snow we're expecting around the city will come in this afternoon from the west, and you'll see that here this weather disturbance, which is going to kind of organize and cross over the lake, and we'll get some lake enhancement. Despite some of the ice forming, we will get some help with the lake for producing some moderate to maybe at times heavy snow. You can see just some scattered snow showers early in the afternoon, but look at this band of snow that could be moderate, could be heavy during the commute. So that's the heads up. That snow is going to push south across the South Towns this evening and tonight, and then across ski country tomorrow. Tomorrow, it will be cold for our rally, which we're going to talk about in a moment. Temperatures in the teens, and then tomorrow during the day, scattered snow showers and a little cooler than today, back into the low 20s. In terms of snowfall amounts, this is what we're looking at. I would say 3 to 5 inches for the Buffalo Metro, 4 to 6 for the South Towns and the hills, and again, maybe 1 to 2 up towards Niagara Falls. So that's what we got. Long range forecast. Weather impact alert for today. Snow showers again later Saturday into Sunday morning. Windy potentially on Monday, and then more snow developing later Tuesday into Wednesday. This period here we have to watch because this is going to be some warmer weather next week, but active weather next week, okay? Weather impact for the South Towns. We've got snow showers into tomorrow. Again, some of the snow this evening and tonight could be heavy. Saturday night into Sunday, and then again Tuesday into Wednesday, we'll see more snow showers, Melissa. And we'll also have, of course, daily, hourly updates on the Manitoulou.
The Manitoulou.
I think that's, I might have, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that right, but anyway, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Free the ship.
Okay. You were talking about how cold it's going to be for tomorrow.
Yes, for the big.
Because we've got a big pep rally tomorrow, and we need Bills Mafia's help. Yeah, we're getting closer to the AFC Championship game on Sunday, and we are getting ready for the biggest game of the year so far by teaming up with the Today Show to pump up the Bills spirit. And Savannah Guthrie and Craig Melvin have the details.
Hey, Bills Mafia, your team is 1 win away from the Super Bowl, and we're teaming up with 2 on your side for an epic pep rally live on Today.
So get your gear on, get your game faces on, and join 2 on your sides, Melissa Holmes on the steps of Buffalo City Hall bright and early Friday morning.
All right, it's the ultimate pregame party. It all begins 6 a.m. on Daybreak and continues right through the Today Show starting at 7. We got to see you there.
Go Bills!
Go Bills, which is really funny they're saying that because Savannah's an Eagles fan and Craig is a Washington fan. But here's what we know. We're going to give you a lot of details right now. Daybreak's coverage of the pep rally starts at 5 a.m. I will be live out there with Kevin O'Neill at 5. You're more than welcome to come early and get ready for it. Because then at 6 o'clock, that's when we're going to start blasting the music. DJ Jixter and 97 Rock will be there, helping with the pep rally and getting everybody fired up, with Kevin also leading the pep rally. Then we're going to keep it going all throughout the Today Show. They're going to be showing the Buffalo crowd all morning long. And then at 8:35-ish, that's when Savannah and Craig will be tossing out to us in Buffalo. And I'll be talking with them, and I'll be interviewing a super fan here in Buffalo. And we will be showing just how amazing Buffalo fans are. We're going to have food, music, special guests, the Bills Stampede, Billy Buffalo, a whole lot more. We need you to come out and represent, though, because it's not just us. This is a playoff pep rally that the Today Show wanted to plan. So they will also be taking live shots in Kansas City, in Philadelphia, and in Washington.
And so you got 3 major cities.
Right.
Where comparatively we're a lot smaller. So wouldn't it be awesome for Bills Mafia and our fan base to like outperform?
To outperform, right. And I think we will, because actually the Today Show recommended that we do it inside a bar. And we're like, no.
Can we combine 10 of them?
Right. We need something bigger than a bar. So these 3 other places that they also made those recommendations, and they're all inside.
Okay.
And then we've got the steps of City Hall and the grandeur.
We've got a city block. Okay. I hope the Today Show doesn't tell Philadelphia and Kansas City, guess what Buffalo's doing?
Like, guess what we're doing?
You got to take it outside.
Right.
It's going to look really.
However, we need your help to come and make it as big as it can be, because it will also look very, very bad if there are only a couple dozen Bills fans on the big, huge steps of City Hall. So you need to come out and join us. But yes, it's going to be cold. It's going to be 15 degrees with the wind chill down in Niagara Square. But Bills fans know how to dress for this. I mean, it's kind of what we do. And actually, the Water Buffalo Club, look what they gave me today. I am so excited.
Now you're 7'4".
No, not that I needed the height.
Right.
But you know, the Water Buffalo Club, there are 6,000 members worldwide who have these hats and wear them at the Bills games. And they're really special. These deluxe hats are handmade by Stitch Buffalo. And those are immigrants and refugee women who work on these hats. And they're beautiful and they're amazing quality. And so I just wanted to thank the Water Buffalo Club for sending that my way, so that I can wear this along with other things.
I got the traditional blue one. That one's like
this one's really fancy.
That is the fancy version.
It's beautiful. I was also told by a lot of people, you know, Channel 2 is known for the red coats.
Right.
I cannot wear a red coat tomorrow.
No, you can't.
That's the Chiefs colors.
It's not the look.
So, and the Bills are in white jerseys, white pants, blue socks. Maybe I'll match that. I don't know. However, whatever I'm wearing, it's got to be warm. Bills fans dress warm. If you want to take your shirts off, I'm not saying that you can't, but please be responsible and don't get hypothermia on us.
I love it for the people that just tuned in, and the first thing they heard from you was, you can take your shirts off.
You can take your shirts off.
Valuable knowledge from your news, but tying it into the whole story with Fitzpatrick, it would be kind of cool to because that video has been seen by so many people.
So many people.
Of his, the Return of the Legends.
The Legend of the Game.
Legend of the Game on Sunday, so that would be kind of cool.
We've got dancers from Eugenia's Dance Studio who are going to be doing dances to the Shout song and to Mr. Brightside, of course. We've got Duke's Donuts who are going to have their coffee and donuts, and Wegmans is also providing free food for people out there. So we got a lot going on.
That's cool.
So just come out tomorrow morning. Again, coverage starts at 5. The whole thing's really going to get started at 6 a.m.
But the part that's going to be national on the Today Show is at 8:30.
Okay. But they'll be taking bump shots or live shots of the crowd throughout the show. And I'll also, throughout Daybreak, be interviewing lots of fans. I want to know why the Bills are so important to you. What do you love about this team? How far do you think it's going to go? Do you think it's our time? I will be interviewing all of you out there, and you can share your emotion for this team on Daybreak tomorrow.
Have you prepared? So you're going to be talking directly with Savannah and Craig. What are you going to say?
I don't know. I might cry.
Because this is like, you are showcasing the city.
I'm showcasing the city that I love. The city is at home to me. And the team that I grew up watching. I mean, I'm from Amherst. I grew up watching this team. I remember the 4 Super Bowls. I was 9, 10, 11, 12 years old, which is Elliot's age now. So watching him experience the same way I experienced it, the love that I share for this team, it's going to be really emotional.
Meanwhile, the producers are going, Melissa, you got to rap.
Rap. Stop talking.
You know, there's other programming. We got to get to.
Oh my God.
This is going to be, okay.
Yeah, but also we're going to be talking to a Bills.
You are going to shine.
Well, it's not just about me. I'm talking to a Bills super fan who I'll be interviewing. And we're still figuring out who that's going to be. I can't reveal it yet. But that fan will also, probably even more eloquently than me, be able to express the love for this team. And it's not just our city loving this team. It's the nation loving this team. The Buffalo Bills have really become America's team. You know, people respect Josh Allen and know what a wonderful leader he is and a humble guy. And this team gets along so well too. And it's there are big names on this team other than Josh Allen. It's just a bunch of really good guys working really hard at coming together and playing as a team.
And then here, I mean, kind of off that topic, is hearing the coach in his speech on Sunday, if you heard it, defending Buffalo. And
we're not a city of losers.
Right. And I think you have so many topics you want to even talk about the donations that we've been making to the charity of that Ravens player.
Right.
I mean, you want to get into that.
Which is up to $92,000 right now for Mark Andrews.
Craig, we're going to take it from here. You and Savannah, you can go cover other things. We've got more to say and to share with the world.
So
you're going to do great. I just don't know how you cover it all.
I don't know. I think they're going to give us like a minute and a half. It's not nearly enough time. But let's talk about the Bills and how they are preparing for Sunday. It feels like this season has been really headed in this direction from the get-go. Another chance to slay the dragon. the Kansas City Chiefs. Yesterday, exactly, marked 4 years since their first playoff matchup with the Chiefs, and it was another AFC Championship game. Josh Allen remembers the emotions from that loss. Remember Stephon Diggs standing there and watching the celebration.
And the coach having to come and like grab him.
So here's what Josh says. He hopes to come away with a different outcome this time around.
You always remember the feeling of not pulling through. It sticks with you for a while, and it really doesn't leave. But again, I think every year that you go through in this league, you learn more things about yourself, about your team, about the game of football. We're just grateful and humbled to have another opportunity at it. It's another week that we get to play because really there's only 4 teams playing right now. So we look at that and, we just love the opportunity that we have. I think, have a good week of practice, making sure that what we're putting into the game plan, guys are understanding it and going out there and practicing hard. And then when we get on the field on Sunday, just trusting in the game plan, trusting in each other, and have fun playing the game.
Yeah, have fun. I hope they can have fun because all of us will just be biting our nails on the couch.
Mine are still growing back from Sunday. It's having fun. I mean, in hearing about him and the way he interacts with the crowd and other players and teammates, it's how he, as a fan growing up in California, being a fan of the 49ers and watching his heroes and watching his heroes interact with him. My point is, it's just he carries this legacy of this is still a game. Let's have fun.
Right. And look how much fun they have with Mac Hollins dancing during the game.
And then Josh has got a handshake for every single different player. And they're all like
seeing that.
Yeah,
and then,
cool.
Mr. Brightside that they blast during the fourth quarter, and Dawson Knox and Mac and all of the guys and Josh are dancing during the game. And just that's why that song is so important to the crowd, and the crowd gets into it. It's just, you see that they love each other, they love this game, and they just have a lot of fun, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes, on the other hand, he's been a thorn in the side of the Bills for years now, especially in the playoffs. Here's what he had to say about Sunday's matchup.
Yeah, I think when you look at the great rivalries of the NFL, it comes with this. It comes with playing at each other every year in the regular season. It comes with playing in the playoffs, and you have to combat. You have to look at your weaknesses and try to make those strengths, and then your strengths make them even better because you know that they're going to go out there and try to take away those things. And so it's a great football team. Like I said, great players, well coached, and we know it's going to take our best in order to find a way to get a win. Yeah, I think it's just 2 really good football teams going up against each other. They have great players at every level on both sides of the ball, and they're well coached. And so when you play great football teams like that, it kind of usually ends with kind of that split type of deal there. And so we've been able to beat them in the playoffs, and they've gotten us in the regular season. But if you look at the games, every game's close. So it just comes down to a play here or there that kind of usually it makes an impact on the outcome.
I just hope
he's right. I mean, you might. He's a great quarterback.
Yeah, and the fact that I'm sorry to interrupt, but the Chiefs are trying to come across as underdogs right now. It's like we're trying to stop a three-peat. You guys just won the Super Bowl the last 2 years, and it's our job to stop that from happening for a third time. Their record is amazing, but all of us who have watched their games know that they're not really as good as their record shows. But also, you hope that the officiating is fair. I just am so worried about how it's pretty common knowledge that the officials have always been very, very lenient with the Chiefs.
Is it the Chiefs, or, maybe subconsciously they're more lenient against the home team? Because you want to make a call that's going to excite the crowd. If you make a call that is going to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
I wonder if psychologically.
I think they're also trying to do whatever they can to protect Patrick Mahomes because he is the star of the NFL.
There was a roughing the passer call last week where he wasn't even touched.
No.
2 other players hit each other.
And then he flops around, and they do that in soccer and stuff, and they kind of do it in basketball, but he's known for doing that. And it's just like, let's just make it fair.
Right.
Whatever happens. Now, a person who's had a lot of battles with the Chiefs is Von Miller. And here's what he had to say about the Chiefs and how they've stayed so dominant throughout the years.
I wouldn't say they change. I would say they do whatever it takes to win. And that's what I've noticed, even back when I was in Denver playing, Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs and Travis Kelce and Andy Reid and all those guys. If it takes, 6 touchdowns to win the game, then that's what they'll do. If it's only 2, that's what they'll do. They're really just focused on winning the game. And, some years it was over the top, the Tyreek Hill putting up, crazy numbers, and some years it's not. But they still have this ability, no matter what the situation is, to, win those games. We saw it all season. It could be the game-winning kick, them versus Denver the first time, and they were able to get a block. So, they do whatever it takes to win, and it's respectable. Like, that's not something that you coach or teach. That's just the lifeblood of the team. And after you win so many close games like that, like they have, it starts to feed into the confidence, and rightfully so. They've been in those situations time in and time out, and they're doing whatever it takes to win.
They do whatever it takes to win, but it was certainly fun I was lucky enough to be at the Chiefs game here in Buffalo when we beat them this season. And they're a beatable team. The Bills showed it. And, we just Bills got to find a way to do it again.
And just somehow, I don't know, how does Travis Kelce always get open? He's always wide open. Or at least he was in the second half of the season. He was really slow to start. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not trying to tell the defense what to do, but it's just like, he's just amazing. It's like there's been plays like he's just wide open in the end zone. You're like, dude, that's Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
How do you leave him alone?
Right. But we say that about Travis Kelce, and I'm sure the Chiefs say that about Josh Allen. How does he make that throw? Right. How does he make that happen? Every time that you think that he can't finish a play or, make a throw, he just flicks a wrist and it's perfectly, going to a receiver. So
many times.
Yeah, we've got our magic guy too. So it's all right. Now, another person who's been around a while with the Chiefs is head coach Andy Reid. And for him, hosting the AFC Championship game is nothing new. However, he admitted that the Bills are a formidable opponent that's fully capable of beating the Chiefs at Arrowhead.
Yeah, listen, it normally doesn't hurt, for sure. I don't know how you weigh out the advantage of it. But I feel like we play these guys all the time. So they know us, we know them. But I'm glad, to answer your question, I'm glad we have all those guys, and you'll need all of them. So.
It was nice to hear from Wilford Brimley.
I know.
Doesn't he look just like him?
You know what I love is when people dress up their babies as Andy Reid for Halloween with the mustache and the glasses.
Awesome.
Very random. But, it used to be that we weren't able to beat the Chiefs at Arrowhead. Now it's just we got to be able to beat them in the playoffs this time around, the fourth time in 5 years that the Bills are taking on the Chiefs in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So we are just hoping that the Bills can win this one more game to make it to the Super Bowl. And if that happens, you can bet that plenty of members of Bills Mafia will be celebrating big time by crashing through tables, of course, because that's what Bills Mafia do. And Bills Mafia fans, they're not alone. If the team makes it to the Super Bowl and wins, a couple of Bills legends say they will join the Bills Mafia in breaking those tables. Take a listen.
One more football question before we get into pork rinds. We have a big Bills Mafia member in here, and he had to ask. He said, if Buffalo wins, would you be willing to jump through a table in celebration?
Will I be willing to jump through a table? I might jump through 3 or 4.
Okay,
yeah, that has been kind of the question that I've been doing these interviews for the past couple of weeks, and they've always said, if the Bills win the Super Bowl, will you jump through a table? And I've asked all my former teammates, Jim Kelly, Bruce Smith, Andre Reed, and they were like, yeah, we would jump through a table. So the answer would be yes.
That was Thurman Thomas talking to TMZ Sports, and we will save that video and make sure that happens.
You said it.
Yeah, it's great to see Thurman, and I love seeing the posts from Thurman and Andre and Jim about watching this team. And they are very, very different teams. From the Bills of the heyday to this Bills team. Everyone knows that those Bills were known as the bickering Bills. They did not get along. And it was only until after they all retired that they became so close, and they are legends, and they've done so much for this city. But that's what also makes this team so incredibly special, that they've gotten this far, and there's so much more potential, and they all really like each other and are really good guys. So it's fun to see that too.
Yeah, I mean, and I know that like Steve Tasker and all those guys, they stay connected during the games. They're always texting. Yes,
they're always going out to dinner together.
And a couple of them still live here, which is awesome. So yeah, and they're kind of a pivotal party of the story here. You know, their past, their the meaning to the team, to the city, and the fact that Thurman and all those guys are being open to do interviews and talk about the past, but really focus on Bill's present I think that's kind of special. I think that's cool.
Yeah. How's the weather looking for Arrowhead on Sunday?
Pleasant. Like 30 at kickoff, no wind. I don't believe any wind, no precipitation. So it should be an ideal setup for the game weather-wise.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks good.
Okay. Weather here.
Yeah.
We know tomorrow for the pep rally is going to be really cold, but today is a weather impact alert day because you really have to warn people about the drive home today is going to be pretty nasty, huh?
Yeah, it's the snow that we believe is going to come. The timing of it, just an update, the ship is still there.
Patrick, what's the name of the ship again?
It's
Come on, you got it.
The Shamalama Ding Dong. No, it's the. Let me focus on the weather.
It's okay. Focus on weather.
The Manituo. I keep. Anyway, there it is. We will be on ship watch in the days ahead. Okay, let's show you future look and discuss what's coming later today and then, of course, tomorrow morning. This is a look at this afternoon. Some snow showers developing. We do think there will be a band of some heavy snow moving into Metro Buffalo with the possibility of an effect on the commute if this does develop, and we think it will. Some of the snow can be heavy, settle over the south towns this evening and tonight, and then down into ski country now tomorrow morning. We can't rule out a snow shower, Melissa, but I think it should be mainly dry. What I want to do here is back up that temperature, the timing here to show you what it looks like in the morning. So, this is about 8 o'clock. So you can see temperatures in the mid-teens. So it's going to be cold, no doubt. Luckily, not much wind. And then during the day tomorrow, scattered snow showers around with temperatures a little cooler tomorrow compared to today. Just a heads up, our next chance of snow arrives later on Saturday into early Sunday. Doesn't look terribly heavy. Monday looks windy. And then later Tuesday into Wednesday, some snow showers developing, temperatures in the 20s to around 30. And then for the south towns in the southern tier, a weather impact alert for today. Well, really, it's really for this evening because of the snow and the tough travel that may result. Later Saturday into Sunday, we have some snow showers. And then as we head into next week, some snow showers later Tuesday into Wednesday. So next week is warmer than this week, but it's active. A couple of chances of snow.
It has to be warmer because the temperatures that we saw yesterday were the coldest temps in 6 years.
6 years, yeah. I mean, nothing. And just shy of a record. The record low yesterday was 7 below. We got to 5 below.
Wow.
So it was pretty cold. Yeah, and the lake is 80% ice covered. It's crazy how quickly that happens.
Which will help for lake effect storms throughout the rest of the season.
Yeah, it could even have an effect on tonight. I mean, there's still some open water in the central part of the lake, but it does kind of put a lid on some of the potential for lake effect because it taps off the source.
And one more question about weather, and I'm putting you on the spot. Weeks ago, and I will remember this, you said February looks to be a lot better than January as far as temperatures.
Temperature-wise.
And are you still feeling that?
Yeah, it looks.
Because I really can't take this
I know.
anymore.
It looks warmer. Now, in a warmer weather pattern, it can still snow.
Right, okay? Of course.
But it does not look. This January has been very cold. I mean, literally the entire month. This February looks a lot different.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good news. One more thing about the Bills. We have our poll going still. We want to know from you, what do you think the outcome of the AFC Championship game is going to be? Are the Bills going to blow out the Chiefs or the other way around? Or will it be a close victory by the Bills or the other way around? Text your answer to 716-849-2220. How are you feeling?
I feel less stressed than I did against the Ravens, admittedly.
This is our therapy session.
This is I'm just thinking about how it felt to watch the game last year when the Chiefs came here to play in a playoff game, and it was a really close game, and it came down to the wire. And then when it ended, there was just like vacuum, this void, like, oh my God.
Right.
I feel like we're better matched up this year. And you can go with the whole, what's the atmosphere telling you? It just feels like this is our year, blah, blah,
Yeah.
all that stuff. That stuff's real.
Right.
It just, I don't know.
But going into Arrowhead is scary.
It is.
And, you know, if
But
they were playing here, I would feel like 100%
But just
confident.
even watching them last Sunday, it's like, they just don't seem to be as put together
But
as
Josh
they-
also didn't seem so put together
I
in the
know,
last game.
that's
But
true.
so
Yeah.
we shall see. So you're feeling good. I'm feeling like a touchdown win.
A touchdown?
Like
or a
seven,
touchdown?
7 points.
They said, I'm feeling a touchdown.
touchdown.
A touchdown. Got it.
Okay. Join us tomorrow. We're going to keep the stream going from the pep rally tomorrow morning. So we hope you'll join us. And again, 5 a.m., 6 a.m., come out
Still
to
there.
City Hall. It's still there. The Manna Tua. Bye, everybody.